So I think in 2026, the question is no longer lowest wear. We're looking at the best bearing, and a best bearing is a best bearing that gives the best composite outcome. We need a bearing that has acceptable wear rates, low and safe, that provides a stable construct, is forgiving because every surgeon is not the same, has good survivorship, low complications, and is cost effective. So let's talk about the wear myth. And Anup mentioned that, we've got this, it's proven that wear with poly is really high. But the wear rate with ceramic on poly, with highly cross-linked poly, and I'm not even comparing vitamin E impregnated highly cross-linked poly, is about less than 0.05, while the critical threshold is 0.1 mm per year. So if you look at the red line, we are not comparing ceramic on ceramic with conventional poly. In today, 2026, comparing it with ceramic on highly cross-linked poly. It does have a slightly lower wear rate, but not clinically relevant. So it does not matter, in my opinion, in today's date. Let's look at survivorship, and what better than registry data? 33,000 real patients, Dutch arthroplasty register findings. The revision rate for ceramic on ceramic is 0.67%, while ceramic on highly cross-linked poly is 0.44%, a hazard ratio of 0.64, a 36% lower revision risk. Survivorship, again, looking at, the survivorship at 10 to 16 years, registry validation, peer-reviewed meta-analysis, and the Kaplan-Meier implant survivorship shows clearly that there's no significant difference. Complications, well, I understand. That's what he would be expecting me to talk about, squeaking and catastrophic fractures. So let's look at the argument in terms of squeaking. Now, squeaking is a specific entity, but we talk about two things, and these are recent papers from 2023 Journal of Arthroplasty. We're talking about any noise, and we're talking about squeaking. Any noise has been reported from 11% to 31.6%. Yes, squeaking, the classical squeaking with the fourth generation ceramic is only about 3 to 4%, but there is some form of noise, while there is 0% noise when it comes to poly. And you're talking about a satisfied patient. Imagine doing a 20-year-old who has some noise coming from his hip. Yes, he's 20, but he has a noise and he's troubled for his entire life. Complications, fracture. Now we look at the parachute effect. A low probability, low consequence is acceptable. So I'll go with Anup and say, okay, fine, some kind of noise is acceptable. But low probability, high consequence, a ceramic fracture, rare is not zero. And if it happens to that one person, we're looking at a catastrophic outcome. So why go that route? The forgiving construct, every surgeon has an off day. Maybe Anup not, but yes, I might. And if I do have an off day, ceramic on poly will forgive me, ceramic on ceramic will not. It is critical to alignment, and edge loading and impingement risks fracture. While ceramic on poly tolerates malposition, resists edge loading, and forgives impingement. Revisions, if it ends up to need a revision, it's a straightforward revision when you're doing it with ceramic on poly. It can be a very, very complex revision if you're dealing it with a ceramic on ceramic fracture case revision. Cost effectiveness, same outcome, lower cost. It's clearly the economic winner as well. There's an infection counter argument saying that ceramic on ceramic has lower infection rates, not really significant, a 0.2% delta, not worth talking about. So where we stand today, the truth is that ceramic on ceramics niche is narrowing and shrinking. Young patients, highly active patients, patients with metal sensitivity, all are effectively handled today by ceramic on poly. Ceramic on ceramic had its time when we were comparing it with traditional or conventional poly, but the modern standard is ceramic on highly cross-linked poly. And what next when we have vitamin E, the debate gets even more clearer. So ceramic on ceramic, lower wear, it's below threshold. Young patients need ceramic on ceramic. Registry data shows no survivorship benefit for ceramic on ceramic over ceramic on poly. Fractures are rare, but catastrophic, not acceptable. So ceramic on ceramic, in summary, ceramic on ceramic is lab perfect, while ceramic on poly remains the real world, real outcomes. So in 2026, to conclude, ceramic on poly is the most pragmatic, evidence-based choice for primary THA. For my primaries today and tomorrow, I choose ceramic on poly.
Good stuff. Anup, just quickly, 2 questions for you.
Yes,
when you do ceramic in ceramic, it's all about 20-year-old, this argument. Would you have any restriction on this gentleman?
Yes. I would rather tell him not to have any impact activities, not to jump for more than like 4 feet of height, but pretty much he can jog, he can do everything. When we talk of impact and fracture risks, the world is coming back to ceramic on ceramic because of Biolax Delta.
No, we heard that argument. So basically, you are restricting the activity in ceramic on ceramic, no jumping
Not really.
activity.
We can do ceramic on ceramic knees, where we don't restrain them. So ceramic on ceramic hips, I wouldn't restrain them from daily activities.
Okay,
That's
second question was, do you consider the quality of the bone at all? I know in 20-year-old you have good quality, but you are putting a hard-on-hard surface.
Yes.
It's hard-on-hard landing, what we call it.
True.
Do you consider the bone quality at all when you choose your implants?
If we go for ceramic on ceramic, they would really be done for younger patients where the bone quality would not be a
Okay,
concern.
that's another area where
Yeah,
you argue.
Can I have one more question,
Yes,
Ashish? Because patient is 20, what will happen at the age of 45? Revising that hip at the age of 45 with ceramic bearing will be difficult as compared to ceramic on poly?
You think of wear rates with that go on with poly and the kind of osteolysis that happens, that will be much less if we have to revise. They're nearly zero wear rate. So if they survive for the first 10 years, I think we will have it. If we have to revise, it will be only for a fracture, not for bone
Any questions
loss.
from the floor?
So, if there are no questions, then
Hemant has
Yeah,
got a
one issue to consider is when it comes to revision of a ceramic on ceramic in situ, you are forced to go for ceramic in ceramic again, as against ceramic and poly. Keep that options available. So that's one consideration as well, especially for a 20-year-old.
So I would just like to ask the panelists, do you still use ceramic on ceramic in some of your cases, and if yes, which cases? What is your indication for ceramic on ceramic?
Me, I've switched to a completely to ceramic on poly.
99% ceramic on poly.
Yeah, the audience,
Hand raise.
anybody who's using ceramic on ceramic can put up your hands. Yeah, JV and Sachin. A few hands, but most people are using ceramic on poly with today's wear rates, I suppose. But again, there's always this indication on a young, strong individual who's got promising athletic activity ahead. Thank you so much, both gentlemen, for this lovely argument.
Thank